Alrighty. What is it? September 19th?
Yep.
Day before my birthday. So hope we get a birthday bull. Great experience yesterday. Learned a lot. It's going to help us today with being prepared and our setup and everything like that. We're going to a different spot that Nick had scouted out prior. So we're just on the top of the ridge now. We're going to drop in to some finger ridges and see if we can turn something up. And I think he has a camera down there, so we'll check those pictures too and make sure that, you know, there is some movement there. But yeah, I mean, there's elk all over these woods. You just got to drop down and get after it. And so have a good day, and here we go.
Yeah, so we got to drop a little bit less today than we did yesterday. I think what I figure about 400 feet in elevation difference. This one's actually up higher, but I really like this spot in particular because there's a really good knob in between these two smaller finger ridges, and then there's a big drainage to our south before there's an ATV trail. So it's literally in the middle of nothing. And you know, as you guys saw yesterday, we pick up sheds in this area, and I think Charles mentioned it yesterday, is there's really no true wintering versus summer elevation bands. The elk really stay in the middle of this area because there's a big road right down the ridge line of this area, and there's a road down below, and of course there's a bunch of ATV trails that go up and down, you know, all along. But it makes it really different in this area because they don't have that separation of elevation. So, you know, as we proved it yesterday, you can bow hunt in the same area I pick up sheds in at the same elevation pretty much, which is kind of interesting. But that's something that I've had to learn in this spot tremendously well, because it is not like your typical transition slopes that you're looking for. It's not your typical summer range. Not saying the elk don't come up to the top of this, but because of how much camping, there was a dirt biking event a few weeks ago, there's mountain biking events, there's trail running events, all on the top of these ridges, and the elk know where to get down into those drainages to get away from everybody. And, you know, we've been in here, we've been in the other spot 2 times, didn't see another hunter, didn't hear Doug Flutie, nothing. And so we're going to drop off this ridge. The wind is blowing crazy today, so we're really going to have to use that to our advantage, which we did really well with yesterday, actually. But we're going to have to figure it out since it is slightly different and there is this knob. We're going to have to see once we get down there what it actually is trying to do to us. But nonetheless, we're ready to go. We're going to try to hike down there as quick as we can. We don't have as far of a walk, but it's not as open like we were walking through a meadow the last few days. This spot is not the same. So we're going to get going for sure, though. Charles is going to shoot a birthday bull today.
CJ, man, that's what I'm talking about, my brother.
Everything I wanna taste it, I embrace it. Gotta have the patience, dedication, never leave a moment wasted, chasing greatness. I think it's kinda funny that they slept on me. Here's a couple things they should know about me. No plan B, just a one-way ticket. This is what it takes, that's the difference. I've been waiting for this all my life. It's my time, I never hesitate. I take down, stand my ground. Look at all the valleys that I made it through. You're looking at somebody with too much to lose. The sacrifice is made every day. It's the price I pay. Eyes on the prize, yeah, this is what it takes. Eyes on the prize when it's made go. This is what it takes. Eyes on the prize, yeah, this is what it takes. This is what it takes.
Alrighty, so we're hiking down in to our spot. The Devil's Revenge is what we'll call it for right now. But I thought about a pro tip. As you guys know, I've hunted, or if you don't, I mean, I've mainly hunted October, November, even a couple hunts in December my whole life. So one thing I do know is us old knuckle draggers with the camelbacks. A little pro tip for those is you want to make sure this valve is always cleared, especially when it gets under 40 degrees. Reason being is this will freeze up and then you won't have any water, or it could even freeze in your pack. I say 40 degrees, I understand the freezing temperature is 32 degrees. I say 40 degrees because your backpack is an insulator basically, and it almost makes it cold, like a cooler per se. So when it gets under 40 degrees, make sure you're clearing out your hose every time after you use it, and then make sure you're drinking a lot of water. A lot of people think, oh, it's cold, I don't need to drink water, and it's actually the opposite. So have a good one.
You know you heard that time. He's getting closer now. He's still coming. No, it sounded like he's still coming. It's just because the wind's at our back right now. Oh, dude, he got way closer. He got way closer. Yeah, he's up above us. Oh, they're coming. Oh, you hear him clunking? Oh my gosh, bro. Okay. Spike, easy. Careful, he saw you. There's a cow coming and a bull coming. Just wait, don't move. Don't move at all. I was worried about that. Oh my gosh, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? Dude, he was a stud. He's coming back in. Oh no, it's a smaller bull. We gotta just let him. How about that, bro? Oh my gosh, dude, he was a freaking stud. That wind screwed us. When those cows came out, the wind shifted and went right to him. I got him bugling right when he was in the trees. That's okay. There's more elk in here. I think we still go this backside. That other small drainage around that knob. This way. I think we'll call something in.
If that little bull came in 40 yards, I'd shoot him.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was hoping you would. He was still a 5-5. Oh my gosh, that was intense, dude.
Alrighty. What the heck? So that was an eventful morning. Kind of like right off the bat. The second the sun hit that slope, the big boy was kind of calling. I mean, Nick called him in. If I had to guess, probably 500-600 yards away. He bugled. Some of his bugles were so faint it sounded like he even got further. But he and his whole herd were actually coming this way on a line almost. They kind of zigzagged through these trees here, and Nick and I aren't sure, but what we think is that there's a satellite 5 in there who we think was trying to like kind of run away from the herd, maybe go find a cow of his own. And the bull's like, "Hey, you're gonna stay here with us." And so the first spike that came down, it actually wasn't a spike, it was like a 2x1, and I saw the last fork probably 150 yards away, and so I knew that right when they got behind this, right before he came into the clearing, I wanted to draw if it was illegal, 4, and immediately saw, obviously the one on the other side, and then nothing but the 2 that I saw, the fork at the end, on the other. So drew down, or undrew, and we just kind of watched the show. It was awesome. The spike was there for a minute, and then 3 cows ran up. I mean, darn near, I think probably 35 yards they came into, and then I think there's another spike back there. Yeah, another spike was in the back. I think a little baby calf, it looked like, too. And then here comes, Big Daddy. I mean, definitely the best I've ever seen, like a herd bull, like the clearest. You could distinctly tell he has big dark gray black antlers, huge white tips. So he runs the mountain, and he came in, and even though the cows at that point had ran back, he was still kind of like figuring out what was going on, because Nick's calling was so good. And so at some point he agreed with the rest of the herd to push on back out up the mountain. And so when that happened, I was just messing around kind of with a bugle tube, and then we got a bugle over here. We bugle back and forth, I think, twice. So Nick and I decided to drop the packs and go up. And then we split apart so Nick could kind of call behind me. And I start walking up the ridge, and we realize there's another bull down at the bottom of the ridge. And so I completely flip-flopped, came down all the way, and I thought I even heard some stuff back here too, sounded like some cow mears. So, I mean, it's been a pretty eventful morning. I don't think it's over yet. It's pretty early still, probably like 10 o'clock. They usually don't stop everything until about 11, and say all movement.
Yeah, they'll be bedded up by 11. Yeah.
About 10:30. And so we're gonna head on over to the other ridge here behind us, and just see if we can drum anything up. If not, then we'll come back here. They clearly bed here sometimes, not saying all the time, but they do bed here. And so we're gonna come back here and bed, or not us. Hopefully walk into a couple of them bedding and call her good. So it's been a very eventful day, a very, very eventful morning. Just thankful for it.
2 days in a row, man, getting herd bulls in.
Yeah, it's nuts.
We're gonna get something done.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. We came up over the ridge into a little saddle. this aspen cover. He's down in there somewhere. I'm gonna get over here on top of him, hopefully, and just start raking and going crazy. And maybe if they're bedded up, he'll want to come for a fight. And then I can try to lead him back to where Charles is. At least that's the hope. You know, I don't know truly what's possible at this point. Kind of breaking all the rules. As far as elk hunting goes, it seems like. But we have really good wind being on this south slope. And again, since we have a response, we want to try to take advantage of it. So I'm going to just try to get it nice and tight and just piss them off. Oh my gosh. It stinks. It stinks like elk. Go nice and slow through this. I don't know how far off the edge it'd be. Got really good wind.
So, found this nice little valley. Sorry, there's bees and wasps, but, oh, it smells like elk bad. It's like that rock meme. Nick's circling around, because there's a bull that answered one of our calls. He kind of distressed, tired, laying down type of answer, but he answered. So Nick's gonna try to make him mad and bring him up out of the gully there, the ravine, the valley. Oh, I'm gonna stop filming because I think they're close. And so yeah, I have a pretty good shot, solid shot around here. So I'm hoping it happens sooner or later. Just done by a bee. Stupid bees. I think it's a wasp. Stupid wasp. I like bees.
Quiet again. I should have grabbed my phone. That's alright, we'll give it like 10 minutes or so and then we'll probably just start walking down slowly to Charles, I mean. Different wind now, so I'm having a hard time hearing him. I don't know if I went too far. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. No idea what I'm doing. What we've been doing for the last 3 days we've been out here has worked every time. But yet somehow I end up questioning myself and setup and all of that. We're gonna wait a little bit,
that last bugle had to have been right on top of him, right on top of Charles. And here he goes again, but he's further this side. I'm gonna go this way, along the ridge. Try to suck him across that meadow, because he's probably trying to stay in the trees. I think I gotta pull down on that side too. How funny. Ways away though, so just super funny. Calling and hiking at the same time is not a strength of mine. I can hike, but it's like trying to pat your head and rub your belly. I was never good at that. In this situation, what would you guys do? Would you keep going up and away from him, knowing that you have the good wind? Or would you do what I'm doing now? Drop a little bit of elevation, but go across from him. Charles is set on the edge of a bench overlooking the meadow. And so being almost 80 yards above him would draw that bull up, which is what we needed to do. But now that it sounds like he did shift higher, my mind says to still go away from him, but drop a little bit so that, like I said, he comes out straight across Charles, hopefully. Like I said, really bad thing now. So I have no way of knowing what Charles is doing, how it's going, where the bull is at, any of that. So I'll put myself in a crappy situation. Hopefully, some of this silence means that he shot him. I'll put this camera away so I can just focus on what I'm trying to do. And we'll get back to you after these messages. All right, so I came back down. I got in visual of Charles. We figured out I don't think this bull has any cows because he's not very aggressive towards us, even though he's hitting us every time with the bugle and whatnot. He actually started getting further away as I was progressing up the hill. And I notice he calls better, even though he was answering bugles, he calls better with cows. He just gave out a really, really nice bugle after it sounded like he was going down, coming back up. Yep, there he goes again, and it sounds like he's coming back up. So I'm just making a whiny cow. Yeah, Charles and I are able to do hand signals back and forth. But now that I'm just cow calling, it sounds like he's coming back in. So I think, again, what I was saying earlier, I think I was saying on the other camera, is for some reason, sometimes, even though it's essentially peak rut, right, it seems like some of the bulls just would rather not fight for whatever reason down here in southern Colorado. I don't know, they don't want to get beat up because of winter or whatever. I don't get it. But, I mean, I was bugling away from him, walking away bugling. And he was leaving. He was coming in for a minute and then he would leave. But now, just cow calling every time he bugles, he's actually coming back up the hill now. So, Charles is set up right over there in between those trees. He should have a good shooting lane down to the middle. If he does another bugle close, I'm going to walk up the ridgeline, try to keep in sight of him. And we have amazing wind on this side. Unless it's a Doug Flutie, which it could be, and he's playing the same game, he's walking away, thinking that's what's going to get us to go down to him. I mean, we haven't run into another hunter yet, so I'm not really sure what the dealio is, to be honest. We're going to stick at it because there's definitely a bull in here. Well, there's something bugling in here, we'll say that. Yeah, I don't know, it sounds like he's getting further away. we're gonna go meet up. And we'll probably just sit and cow call. I mean, it's still early, but it's just weird how he's playing us. And that's why I'm kind of wondering. Plus, the other thing is the bugle sound it's been the same. It's like, I don't want to say it's a location bugle, but I mean, essentially it is. It doesn't sound like anything in particular. Oh my gosh, it stinks like elk. Stinks like elk. But we're gonna probably find some shade and tuck in and just do some cow calling. See if we can get him out of that rise that he's down by. Yeah, we'll go from there. So, it's PJ. We got this stupid bull bugling below us like a half hour. We tried bugling, raking, cow calling. I tried moving up the hill, going to the other side. He literally just keeps going back and forth down below us, bugling. So what we're thinking is he's got cows that are still laid up, and he's just getting antsy. But that's why he's not willing to leave. But literally, I mean, it went quiet for like maybe 10 minutes, but otherwise, he hasn't shut up. He just keeps talking, huh, bro?
It's haven't really seen anyone or myself have an issue like this.
Not where they're willing to talk, but not willing to do anything.
Right. It's like, and even some of his bugles are kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, they're not all just locators. So I don't know if he's telling the cows, like, what Nick said. He's telling the cows, like, hey, like, you know, get over here now. Maybe that's where the aggression's coming from, or what. But like, we're not even replying. He's just bugling away.
Yeah.
We've tried to bugle. We've tried 2 different cow calls. He doesn't care. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know. But we're laid up under a tree,
Hiding from bees.
hiding from
That's why I
bees,
have this on.
staying out of the sun. And I mean, they use a saddle, and there's water on the other side, so maybe we'll get lucky and they'll start heading up here in the next half hour or so.
Yeah.
We gotta watch the clouds. They're staying to the south, but definitely need to watch it. There's been some thunder and stuff. It's raining down there. Yeah, I don't know.
Killing bees in time.
Killing bees in time. Charles is gonna make a rap song here soon. He's getting so bored.
Not at all. This is way better than working.
And of course, he always has to get pictures and videos of me sleeping. Can't sleep in peace.
I didn't say you couldn't.
That's true. You did let me sleep in peace. You just use it as blackmail later.
Well, then don't sleep.
But that's where we're at. That's the highlight of our day so far.
It's been
The midday.
one thing that's been cool is when Nick and I first started hunting together, I had told him my family's always called like the kill hours between like 10 and 2, like midday, until really today. It's been like action 9 o'clock to 10:30, and then nothing. And then finally today, it's like maybe there was even more than one. Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah,
I missed.
I think there were 2 down there.
Yeah. Missing shots and missing hats on wasps. I think they're wasps. Pretty sure they're wasps. So let's leave it at that. But, just trying to be out here and hang out, not get stung.
I got stung 3 times yesterday on the same freaking leg. I had a bee go up my pant leg, stung me twice. I got him out, and then I had another one sting me on my shin. And then you got stung twice today in the hand.
Same exact area.
Same
right
exact
here.
area.
When Nick was running around calling for me, I tried to lift my arm up to do a raking thing, and it was like numb. So that's pretty cool. Heck yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try to hang out for a little while longer and see what this bull does. But yeah, we gotta watch this weather. We really only got about a mile to get out of here. It is a climb up.
It's a Nick mile.
No, it's a legit mile. I marked it on Onyx. But it is a good gain of elevation in a short mile. So, and this thunder is rolling.
The thunder rolls.
Thunder rolls.
And the bulls do too, but he won't show himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any tips or anything. Shout out to my buddy Tyree. He had saw a situation we were in earlier with that big 6x6, and it shed some light on what he would do if he was in that situation. So might not get stung and go back and do that.
I got another bull bugling, so I'm moving up. Charles is heading down right over this little bluff. This bull is going. He's been going crazy for the last 10 minutes. I had to leave my camera just close to where Charles is going to be and angled towards him